everyone, and welcome back to Clarity English Practice Channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Jessica. Have you ever felt completely burnt out trying to learn English, feeling like you're putting in all this effort and literally nothing is clicking? You hear native speakers effortlessly chatting at a coffee shop and immediately think, there is no way I will ever speak English fluently. It feels like you're staring at the literal Mount Everest of language goals and you're stuck at base camp in sweatpants. But what if the real issue isn't your brain, your memory, or even the language itself? The actual secret is so much simpler. Today, we have a brilliant, low-key mind trick that will completely transform your language journey, and you can start applying it the minute this video ends. Hey guys, welcome back. It is an absolute vibe to sit down and chat with you all today. I'm your host, Jessica, and I'm hanging out with my awesome guest, David.
It really is a vibe. I've got my iced oat milk latte right here. I'm feeling fantastic, and I am so ready to get into this. How have you been, Jess?
I'm doing amazing, thanks. And I am beyond hyped about our topic today. We are getting into a concept that genuinely has the power to change your entire life.
Really? A life-changing concept? What exactly are we getting into today?
Today, we are exploring how our own internal dialogue completely controls our English learning journey. We firmly believe the idea that if you change your mindset, change your life is the perfect starting point for us today, because shifting those thoughts is the absolute key to success.
Oh, so you mean that little voice inside, the beliefs we just carry around on autopilot?
Precisely. There's a specific term for this. We call it a mindset.
Mindset. That sounds like a pretty heavy academic word, like something you'd hear in a deep TED Talk.
It might sound a bit deep, but it's actually super basic. Your mindset is simply the collection of emotions, attitudes, and vibes you hold about a particular topic.
Ah, I get it now. So if I wake up feeling super frustrated and think English is way too difficult and boring, that is my mindset.
Yes, flawless example. On the flip side, if you look at language like a fun challenge, like leveling up in a video game, and actually enjoy the process, that is also a mindset.
That makes total sense. I was doom scrolling online recently looking for quick hacks, and I realized that no matter how many viral tips you try, none of them stick if your attitude is negative.
You hit the nail on the head. If your brain is focused on the negative, no textbook or expensive tutor is going to save you. So today, we are focusing on that positive shift. We're going to learn how to flip the script in our heads so we can finally just chat without feeling totally stressed out.
Wow, I am totally here for this. So many people are silently struggling and need to hear this message.
I completely agree. So let's go back to your example. You mentioned thinking that English is just too hard. Let us refer to that as the stuck mindset.
The stuck mindset. Like, what does it actually feel like to be stuck?
Being stuck means you have zero forward momentum. You're basically trapped. Think of being stuck in terrible LA traffic. Your engine is running, you're burning gas, but you are not moving an inch.
Oh man, I feel that in my soul. Sometimes during my English speaking practice, I feel totally paralyzed. I put in the hours studying, but my speaking just doesn't seem to level up at all.
That is the textbook definition of a stuck mindset. When you're in that headspace, your brain whispers toxic things like, I'm terrible at this, or I'm never going to grasp this language.
Those are incredibly heavy, depressing thoughts to carry around all day.
They absolutely are. And when you let that imposter syndrome take over, your motivation just tanks. You just want to throw up your hands, close the laptop, and quit because it makes you feel awful about yourself.
So staying in that toxic place is clearly a bad idea, but you said there was another option. What is the alternative?
Yes, there is a vastly superior approach. We call it the growing mindset.
A growing mindset? Like a houseplant on your windowsill that slowly gets taller?
That is a lovely aesthetic, yes. A plant begins as a tiny, fragile seed in the soil, but as long as it gets a little sunlight and water, it becomes taller and stronger day by day.
I love visualizing it that way. So how does someone with a growing mindset react when they hit a wall?
Well, a stuck mindset will say, I'm awful at this. However, a growing mindset will say, I am currently learning how to do this.
Ah, I hear the subtle shift. I'm awful versus I'm learning.
Exactly. Can you feel the emotional difference between those two statements?
It's huge. Saying I'm awful feels like the end of the road, but saying I'm learning feels incredibly hopeful. It feels like tomorrow actually has potential.
Hopeful is the exact right word. The growing mindset encounters a brutal grammar rule and thinks, okay, this is new territory. It feels super challenging right now, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Okay, I definitely want this growing mindset, but how do I actually hack my inner voice? If I'm sitting on my couch feeling completely defeated and my brain tells me I'm a failure at speaking, how do I hit pause on that?
That is the golden question. Fortunately, I have a magic word to give you. It is a tiny little word, but it packs an unbelievable punch.
A magic word? Okay, I'm intrigued. Spill the tea. What is it?
It is super short. The word is yet.
Yet? Literally just the word yet.
Yes, that is it. Y-E-T. Yet.
I mean, I know the word. It generally means that something hasn't happened at this exact moment, but it's probably going to happen in the future.
You are entirely correct. It means just for now. It is a word packed with hope and possibility.
So, how exactly do I apply this magic word in real life?
Let us take a classic negative thought. Imagine you are streaming a new Netflix show. The actors are talking super fast, and you say to yourself, I do not understand this show.
Oh, I have been there a million times. I just assume my brain is broken.
Same here. But this time, take that exact same thought and just tack the magic word onto the very end.
All right, let me give it a shot. I do not understand this show yet.
Yes! How does your brain respond to that?
Wow, that actually feels surprisingly refreshing. It completely changes the vibe.
Right? Saying, I do not understand means you are completely lost and you might as well just turn off the TV. But saying, I do not understand yet simply means my brain requires a little more processing time. If I watch it again next week, I might catch a few extra phrases.
Spot on. It proves you are on a continuous journey. You're not failing, you are evolving. Let's test it one more time. What is another negative thought you struggle with?
Here's a major one. Sometimes I catch myself thinking, my pronunciation is terrible.
That is incredibly common. Now drop the magic word in there.
I cannot pronounce these words correctly yet.
Absolutely perfect.
This is actually quite empowering, and it feels very authentic. I am not fluent right this second, but I am putting in the work to get there.
Yes, the word yet keeps the door to your future wide open. It removes the heavy burden of failure and hands you motivation instead. It literally turns a stuck thought into a growing thought instantly.
That is a phenomenal mental hack. I am definitely locking the word yet into my memory.
Wonderful. So that covers our first big concept. Now let's tackle another major source of anxiety. Let's talk about making mistakes.
Oh, goodness, no. Mistakes give me so much anxiety. They are my worst enemy.
No one enjoys them. When you mess up a sentence in public or use the wrong vocabulary word, how does it typically make you feel?
I get super embarrassed. I feel awkward, shy, and honestly, sometimes flat out foolish. It just crushes my confidence on the spot.
We all know that exact cringe feeling. But let me tell you a secret. That's just the stuck mindset whispering in your ear again.
Really? So how does the growing mindset view making a mistake?
The growing mindset actually celebrates mistakes.
Wait, what? Celebrates mistakes? That sounds ridiculous. Making a mistake means you messed up. Mistakes are a bad thing.
Hold on, just hear me out. Picture a tiny toddler, just a small baby.
Okay, I have a baby pictured in my mind.
Imagine a baby who's just taking their very first steps, learning to walk.
Oh, my little niece Chloe is just over a year old and she is right in the middle of learning to walk.
And is she a professional at it? Can she walk perfectly across the living room like it's a runway without an issue?
Not a chance. She's quite terrible at it, honestly. She stands up, wobbles for a second, takes half a step, and boom, she falls right onto the carpet. She probably falls down 40 times a day.
Exactly. And when little Chloe falls on the floor, what is your reaction?
Oh, we all smile and cheer for her. We say, "Wonderful job, Chloe. Get back on your feet. You can do it."
Exactly. You offer her encouragement. Would you ever stand over her and say, Chloe, you are foolish. You're a terrible walker. You should just quit right now?
No way. I would never speak to a baby like that. That sounds incredibly toxic and cruel.
Of course it is. Because what's the real reason she's falling down?
She is falling because her muscles and brain are figuring out how to balance. She's in the middle of learning.
Yes. The act of falling is an essential piece of the learning puzzle. Making that mistake is the exact mechanism she uses to learn.
I think the light bulb just turned on for me. When she falls, her brain collects brand new data. It realizes that leaning too far to the left doesn't work, so it tries adjusting to the right the next time.
You have got it completely. And here's the best part. Studying English for beginners is identical to a baby learning to walk. It's the exact same journey.
So when I completely butcher an English sentence, I am not being foolish.
Not at all. You're just learning.
I am basically just a baby tumbling onto the carpet.
Yes, you're taking a tumble, and tumbling is perfectly acceptable. A mistake is not a disaster. A mistake is simply fresh, valuable data for your brain.
Data. I really like framing it that way. It takes the emotion out of it.
Yes, your brain registers the error and says, oops, that was the wrong preposition. No big deal. I will try a different one tomorrow.
So I need to start treating myself with the same kindness I show to my baby niece, Chloe. I need to be my own supportive best friend.
Exactly. The next time you stumble over your words, just smile and remind yourself, it is totally fine. I am learning. I am exactly like baby Chloe taking her first steps.
I truly adore that perspective. Mistakes are actually our helpful companions. They are proof that we are putting in the effort, and putting in the effort is the only path to success.
Wow, your entire mindset is shifting right before my eyes today.
It really is. All right, so we have added the magic word yet to our toolbox, and we have realized that mistakes are actually our friends. But honestly, even with this fantastic new mindset, mastering a language is still an incredibly massive undertaking. It feels huge.
It is a monumental task. It can feel exactly like standing at the very base of an enormous mountain.
Yes, you stand at the bottom, stare way up into the clouds at the peak, and immediately feel exhausted. It feels impossible to climb that high.
That is a very genuine struggle. So, my next piece of advice is this. Stop staring at the top of the mountain.
What do you mean? The top of the mountain is my ultimate destination. I have to keep my eyes on the prize.
Having a destination is great, but staring at it constantly is way too overwhelming. It induces serious burnout. It makes your current progress feel tiny and insignificant. Stop looking at the peak. Just look straight down at your own 2 feet.
Look at my feet.
Yes, focus solely on the very next step you have to take. Just zero in on one tiny, manageable step.
I am not entirely sure I grasp what you mean by that.
Let me break it down. Do not wake up in the morning and declare, I am going to master all of English grammar today.
Well, yeah, that is humanly impossible.
And do not tell yourself, I am going to lock myself in a coffee shop and study flashcards for 7 hours straight.
That is way too intense. I have a job, a social life, and I need to sleep.
Exactly. Instead, look at your feet. Make a small promise. Say, today, I am going to sit down and study real English for real life. 10 easy English expressions for small talk and friendship.
Just one specific lesson? Is that actually enough to make a difference?
Yes, one targeted lesson is absolutely brilliant.
Well, I can definitely manage that. That sounds totally doable and stress-free.
Fantastic. Or you can say, today I will just watch a short video explaining how to talk about your day in English, simple present, and then I will be done for the day.
That is a remarkably smart way to approach it. Tiny, actionable steps completed every single day.
Precisely. This daily habit of small steps is the ultimate secret to changing your life. You know, discussing this reminds me of a beautiful little story.
Oh, I'm always up for a good story. Please, let us hear it.
A long time ago, there was a man who dreamt of building a massive, magnificent, towering brick wall around his property.
All right, a gigantic brick wall. Got it.
He stood in his yard and stared at the massive stretch of empty land. He thought to himself, there is no way I can ever build a wall this huge. It will take me years of backbreaking labor. It's too much for one person to handle.
Ah, I spot the stuck mindset. He's staring directly at the top of the mountain.
Exactly right. He felt completely defeated before he even picked up a single tool. But then an older, very wise friend happened to walk by.
I like this wise friend already. What advice did he give?
The wise friend looked at the discouraged man and said, "You are entirely correct. You cannot possibly build this giant wall."
Wow, that's not very supportive. Talk about killing the vibe.
Just wait, there's more. The friend continued, "You need to completely erase the idea of building a wall from your mind. Stop thinking about the wall altogether."
But the man really wanted that wall.
The wise friend reached down and picked up a solitary brick from a pile. He handed it to the man and said, "Focus only on this one brick. Your goal today is not to construct a massive wall. Your only goal today is to take this one brick, place it on the ground, and lay it as perfectly as you possibly can."
Just a single brick.
Yes. So the man took a deep breath, stopped staring at the huge empty yard, and focused on the ground in front of him. He mixed a tiny bit of mortar and carefully laid down one single brick. It was laid perfectly.
And what did he do the following day?
The following day, he woke up, went out to the yard, and laid down one more brick. Perfectly.
And the day after that?
Just one more brick. And he maintained this simple routine, day after day, laying one perfect brick at a time. After many, many days and many long months had passed, he finally took a step back, looked up, and realized he had successfully built a massive, breathtaking, indestructible wall.
That is such a profoundly inspiring story. He accomplished his massive dream, but he never actually spent his energy stressing over the massive dream. He just poured his focus into laying a single brick each day.
Yes. So when you commit to learning 10 new expressions today, that is your one brick.
When I watch a short video on the simple present tense, that is my one brick.
Exactly. We are not stressing out about speaking perfectly today. We are simply focusing on laying our one brick for the day.
And if we remain consistent, eventually we will turn around and see that we have constructed something spectacular. Honestly, I feel so much lighter and incredibly motivated right now.
I am thrilled to hear that. I feel energized too. I am ready to go lay an English brick right this minute.
This demonstrates the true magic of the growing mindset. It removes the suffocating pressure of trying to be flawless today and replaces it with the satisfying goal of just being a tiny bit better than you were yesterday.
It transforms the entire experience from a highly stressful exam into a really enjoyable journey. This has been a genuinely eye-opening discussion.
It absolutely has. We have touched on some incredibly powerful concepts today. Time really flies when you are having a wonderful conversation about laying bricks.
It sure does. So before we wrap things up, let us quickly summarize the golden rules we covered for developing a growing mindset.
Perfect idea. Rule number 1, become aware of your stuck thoughts and actively transform them into growing thoughts. Stop telling yourself, I am awful, and start reminding yourself, I am learning.
Rule number 2, never forget to utilize the magic word yet. Whenever you hit a roadblock, simply tell yourself, I am not good at this yet.
I completely love that magic word. And rule number 3, embrace the fact that mistakes are your greatest teachers. You are just a toddler learning how to walk, and tumbling down is a completely normal and healthy part of the process.
Yes, and let us not forget our special bonus rule. Do not overwhelm yourself by trying to build the entire wall in a single afternoon. Just put all your focus into laying one single brick. Take one small, manageable step every single day.
Those are absolutely brilliant rules to live by. Thank you so much for explaining everything in such a clear, relatable way.
Thank you for having such a fantastic conversation with me. And a massive thank you to everyone tuning in to join us today.
Yes, we appreciate you all so much for spending your valuable time with us. We sincerely hope this discussion relieves some of your burnout and leaves you feeling optimistic and thrilled about your language journey.
Now, if this chat gave you that main character energy and you want to keep laying bricks alongside us, do us a quick favor and smash that like button. It's your first easy brick of the day and it supports us immensely.
And definitely don't forget to subscribe to the Clarity English Practice channel. We have so many more vibe check conversations and lessons planned for you, and we would absolutely love for you to be a permanent part of our expanding community.
Before we officially say goodbye, we have a quick, fun question for you to answer down in the comments.
Yes, we would love to know, what is your one brick for today? What is one extremely small, simple activity you plan to do the moment this video finishes?
Maybe your brick is simply typing a comment below in English. That would be a fantastic first step for the day.
We absolutely read every single comment, and we are so excited to see what your bricks are. Subscribe to the Clarity English Practice channel, smash that like button, and keep on growing. We'll catch you in the next one.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a spectacular day.